host Davey Coon, and joining me is former champion David Bailey, and down in the pits, Robbie Floyd, and Ricky Carmichael is just unbelievable. But don't let us tell you, listen to some of these past heroes.
I don't think anybody ever expects to be undefeated, but he's definitely having a tremendous season, and he's been putting out a lot of effort. I think the whole team has, and he's got a lot of good support behind him. He's a great athlete, and he's definitely capable of it.
It's pretty amazing, actually. I mean, that's all you can say. It's just a phenomenal display of talent, and you know, everything gelling at the right time. And you can't. I mean, I've heard a lot of people say, "Well, I don't think the competition is as good as it used to be, or this or that." You know, I don't buy into that. I buy into the fact that Ricky is just he's on a roll right now, and he's doing everything right, and he's you know, I give Ricky all the credit. I'm not going to take away from the competitors because they're trying their hardest, and Ricky's just amazing.
You know, he's got a great family behind him that helps him all week long. It's all in his preparation. You know, he prepares himself. He busts his ass all week long. Comes to the races on the weekend. It's easy for him. So it's all in the preparation.
Well, there you see Ricky Carmichael, the man they're talking about, and that is his season to date. 18 straight moto wins, 9 straight overall wins, and he can clinch his 3rd consecutive 250 outdoor title. Let's go down to Robbie Floyd.
Thanks, guys. Ricky Carmichael, any pressure on you whatsoever? You're undefeated for the year. Everybody's looking over your shoulder.
No pressure. You know, I'm dealing with it pretty good, the streak and everything, and looking forward to racing here at Millville. I enjoy the track, and going to try to keep the streak alive and also win a title.
It's like a pitching game out there. You've got the perfect game going so far. Have people been afraid to ask you about it too much? I don't think that's the case. Well,
at the beginning, they weren't asking me, but now that it's getting so close, they definitely are asking me. But, you know, there's a lot of odds against me, and I'm going to try to do it. You know, I've come this far and only have 6 more motos, so I'm going to give it 110%.
Is there any doubt in your mind that you're not going to take home the championship today?
There's always a slim doubt, you know, with maybe a mistake from my part or something goes wrong with the bike, you know, but try not to worry about that and try to go out there and do what we've done the whole series.
Well, good luck, Ricky. All right, now let's take a look at the playing field out there, and Cameron's not able to join us today, so I thought I'd bring in the righty from Temecula, the Budman, Buddy Antunez, with the Suzuki Fast Lap.
Thanks, Robbie Floyd, and I'm stoked to be doing the Suzuki Fast Lap this weekend. Hey, fans, don't forget to register at any of the remaining nationals to win this Sobe Suzuki motorcycle at Steel City at the end of the year. But let's talk about Millville this weekend. It's one of the roughest tracks. There's whoops, ruts, uphills, downhills, everything. Let's get on board. Right now, we're coming around the first turn area, coming down this fast straightaway. You get into 4th gear, tons of bumps coming down this straightaway. You're coming down to 3rd gear, just trying to get over those things, keep the rear end beneath you, because you can get some swaps. You know, anything can happen down that straightaway. Coming up over this little tabletop, just trying to get your breath right now, getting ready to come into these sandy sand whoops that are just monsters each year. And basically for me, I think I'm going to try to just get a tempo, get a rhythm, try to double all the way through, and try to do the same thing every lap, because they change every lap, and you never know where they're going to be sometimes. And then you turn right, left, and come into another set of sand whoops. This time they're only having a rut all the way through it, and you can venture outside of the rut sometimes, but it's very tough. It's very soupy, sandy. Coming up next right, coming into the shadows, which will get the second part of the motos, and coming up to your first elevation change of Millville track. All right, now we're coming around this back tree turn where there's 3 doubles afterwards. Cameron Steele, that's 6 singles for you, buddy. There's a double there, another double there. Into this rutted face double where you've got to kick it back to the left to get set up for this final uphill at Spring Creek. And that's your Suzuki Fast Lap.
Well, good deal, Buddy Antunez, and you know that guy can do every jump on the track. Taking a look at our Suzuki starting lineup, Ricky Carmichael, of course, leads the fields. Then you have a bunch of 4-strokes. Tim Ferry, Mike LaRocco, Kyle Lewis, lots and lots of thumpers. Nathan Ramsey, don't forget about Ricky's Honda teammate, putting in some good rides lately. Also keep an eye out for Evan Lockridge, who just won the AMA's prestigious Horizon Award with 2 victories at the AMA Amateur National Championships at Loretta Lynn's. Now, back to the professional ranks. You are looking over the shoulder of the undefeated Mr. Perfect himself, Ricky Carmichael. The cart is getting ready to go sideways. It's an all-dirt start here at Millville, long, at least the length of a football field, and then they make a sweeping right-handed corner. The cart is sideways, And they are off, and there goes Carmichael. A good, clean start right up the middle. And it's John down on the outside. Carmichael out drags him through the corner. Carmichael gets the whole shot against all those open class fights.
It's just amazing. This kid can pull these guys every week, but if you look at power to weight ratio, Ricky is little. He's light. And that 250 is a little bit faster than it would be if it had Mike LaRocco on it.
You see the Whoop Monster holding the colors as Carmichael comes to the whoops for the first time. It is Nathan Ramsey, Tim Ferry, John Dowd, Ezra Lusk, all giving chase here in the first 250 moto. He makes the corner. Now back through the whoops. This is where Buddy was talking about. A little easier coming back, and Carmichael just jumps right through.
He's going through there so fast, almost looks like he's slowing down the last couple to get ready for the corner.
Little pitch off the little tabletop, now up into the fast section. Carmichael reaches for a tear-off. There you see Ramsey in second, Ferry in third. And you have to go a ways back to Dow, the privateer on the CermixRacing.com KTM. And Carmichael already establishing himself, pulling away from the pack. You see Ferry trying to get around Ramsey.
You know what Ricky does so well is, yeah, he's got the speed and all that, but see these little mistakes? There's already been quite a few of those, and that one just there held up Tim Ferry. And Tim Ferry's made a couple of his own trying to find a good line. Ricky doesn't do that. He sits in the truck and visualizes what the track might be like, and they take that sight lap before the start. He looks at everything, and he doesn't miss anything on his first lap. He attacks it with the intensity that he drives with the entire race without a mistake, and that gives him 3 or 4 seconds in the opening lap, crushes the heart and the spirit of the guys behind him.
And when he does make a mistake, David, you got to admit, he rides right through it.
Yeah, he does. Or he's got so much speed, so much more under the hood that he'll just go, okay, well, let me make up for that real quick. 2 or 3 corners down the track, he makes that back up, and he still has his cushion.
So Carmichael takes off with the lead. Ramsey trying to hold up Ferry. Ezra Lusk is fourth. We will be right back to Millville in a moment.
Ride. Champions ride Hondas. Now and in the future.
I wanna ride, I wanna ride, I wanna ride.
The Honda XRs. They're a head start.
This is Silverado Heavy Duty. The most powerful heavy-duty pickup you can get. Silverado Heavy Duty. More truck from Chevy.
Hey guys, I'm home.
Your kids have graduated from college. It's now your home to organize any way you please. Your daughter's old bedroom, you've converted into your very own craft room. Your son's old bedroom, perhaps you converted a bit too quickly. Ace, your helpful hardware place.
Mom?
We got a 25,000th show coming up pretty soon.
Really?
Yeah, August 25th.
That's a lot of shows.
Yeah.
How do you keep track of something like that?
We got a guy.
Presentation of A&B Motocross is brought to you by Suzuki, maker of innovative motorcycles and all-terrain vehicles. And by Honda, the company that defines performance in motorcycles, ATVs, and scooters. Honda, performance first. And speaking of Hondas, there goes the fastest one on the planet, Ricky Carmichael, 1 lap down in the books, already establishing himself as the leader here in the first 250 moto at Spring Creek Motocross Park in Millville, Minnesota. His teammate Nathan Ramsey is second, Tim Ferry is third, and there you see the Chevy Trucks Kawasaki of Ezra Lusk going through the whoops all day long. We're going to see this, David Bader.
Look at that. These guys have nowhere to go. they're so busy trying to get through there that you don't really have the ability to steer out of that line. So if there's a problem in front of you, you end up in it.
John Dow trying to hold up Sebastian Tortelli with a terrible start, but not as bad as this guy, Mike LaRocco, having to come from outside the top 20. He has made his way into 7th, and then Damian Klotz is 8th on a CR 450R Honda. Tortelli trying an inside line. It's going to be set up for this corner. And there he makes the pass on veteran John Dow.
Got into that berm nice from the inside. Just laid it in there, and look at the gap he opened up already.
Of course, Tortelli recently announced that he will be on a Suzuki next year, David. Do you think that's going to help him or hurt him in his pursuit of Carmichael?
Well, he thinks it's going to help him. Otherwise, he wouldn't have done it. He just feels like he needs fresh surroundings. He doesn't want to be over there in the shadow of Carmichael in the Honda truck. But I don't know. I'd like to be close to the guy so you can keep an eye on exactly what he does. Here he is going around Klotz. Just lays it into that outside berm. He's got the berms wired. If he could just get off the line that good, maybe he could run with Ricky today.
We should take another look at that pass of John Dow. We should mention that Sebastian and his wife Stephanie are the proud parents of a little boy named Enzo. Congratulations to the Tortellis on their first child. And now back to the action at hand. Dow getting pressure from Mike LaRocco. And usually when these guys get together, Dave, we talk about how many CCs there are out there. But God, just think of all the years.
About, what does it see? LaRocco's 30 and Dow's 38. So almost 70 years of experience out there.
Up the hill they go. John Dow out there, it seems like forever. A staple of the motocross circuit and still contending for points. Right now trying to hold up Team USA's Mike LaRocco down over the ski jump. Now this is where Tortelli passed it. See if Dow's able to hold the inside. And no, he just gave a little look over. He gave that lineup twice. Not exactly a very smart move there for a rider of that caliber. Should have seen that coming.
Yeah, it seems like he probably thought he had enough of a cushion over LaRocco, but as soon as Mike landed, he gassed it right down the middle. It didn't look like he hit a single bump. He's so strong, too. Even if he had to hit any bumps right there, his wrist is stronger now, and he can just muscle right through that stuff. Watch. He lands, rebounds, he grabs a handful of throttle, wheelies over one braking bump right there in the middle so he didn't get that kick. John's like, I don't think I'll lean in on that guy. He'll just clean me out. So probably wanted to figure out what it was that Mike was doing a little bit better and try to get into a rhythm. So far, he's just had people catch and pass him.
There you see Carmichael doubling and tripling his way out through the Millville woods. A little different this year. They set up differently because of the rain. Kind of packed a little more instead of pounding through like we used to see as he comes down this section. A lot of supercross skills.
That was beautiful. The whole run through there. Going into the corner, landing with his foot out. Look at the lead. He has the entire group section in and out on second place.
That was Ramsey and Ferry battling for second. Now you have to go a ways back to a battle for fourth between Lusk and Sebastian Tortelli. Oh, and Tim Ferry's gone down right in the middle of the woods. We turned our attention away, and Ferry crashes while trying to catch Ramsey for second place.
He kept it running, but it looked like he took a pause right there, like maybe catching his breath, and at the same time looking at the bike, make sure, let's see, is this thing straight? Let's see what happens here again. He gets the wheel turned. That's what happens. Those things are so deep. As soon as you get going through there crooked, that was a good job to keep the engine running, and he sort of set the bike down rather than really crashing, so he didn't bend it at all. He should be able to get back up and get into contention.
For Carmichael out front and in control. And while we were checking out what was going on with Tim Ferry, Sebastian Tortelli has moved into third.
The biggest names in motocross and off-road racing have an even bigger name under them. Suzuki. Do you want to be the next big name? Get on a Suzuki RM or DRZ today. Buy a new Suzuki motocross or off-road bike for 0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest. Ride for free through March 2003.
I bet you Noah got pretty hungry staring at those 2 cows while holed up on that boat. Probably thought to himself, there are a lot of other animals. Who's going to miss them? Hats off, Noah. You're a stronger man than me.
This is America's sport. It consumes us for 5 months. And it's tough to go without. We've waited all year for this. NFL kickoff weekend begins Thursday, September 5th on ESPN.
College football Saturday on ESPN. Tonight, Arizona State goes deep into Big Red Country to face star running back Darren Diedrich and Nebraska. Arizona State, Nebraska. Coverage begins with College Game Day at 7 tonight on ESPN.
I need graduate classes that fit around my work schedule. My career is important to me.
I want to study with people who will be working in my field after I get my master's degree.
I trust professors who are real-world experts in the fields they teach.
In 9 career-oriented graduate programs, HPU gives you the flexibility you need and the quality of instruction that you deserve. Hawaii Pacific University's Graduate Studies. Master your life.
Explore Hawaii's natural beauty both above and below the ocean. Tune into Outside Hawaii 4 nights a week on OC16.
One of the most prolific careers in American motocross history belongs to Jeff Ward, who was actually born in Glasgow, Scotland in 1961. After his family moved to California when he was still very young, Ward began showing up on the radar screen as a SoCal mini hot shoe, winning countless mini-cycle championships as a Honda factory rider. Small in stature but huge in heart, the Flying Freckle turned pro in 1978 and began working his way up through the AMA ranks. 1 year later, he joined Team Kawasaki, a brand he would stay with until the end of his motocross career 13 years later. Along the way, Ward and Kawasaki won 56 races and 7 major championships. Jeff Ward retired from pro motocross shortly after his last national win in 1992, but he did not exactly hang up his helmet. He began a career in open-wheel racing that has led him to the front of the pack at races like the Indianapolis 500.
Jeff Ward into second.
As a matter of fact, the IRL star for the Ganassi Target Racing Back team recently won the Boomtown 500 in Texas.
Checkered flag is out ahead, and Jeff Ward takes it.
When he's not racing at 200-plus miles per hour, Ward lives with his wife Candace and their 4 children in San Juan Capistrano, California. Back to Spring Creek Motocross Park in Millville, Minnesota. Ricky Carmichael out front, his pursuit of perfection going very well. 2 guys who should be giving him a challenge, just not having luck in this moto, Mike LaRocco and Tim Ferry, and there goes LaRocco on the inside to pass Ferry. Of course, we should mention that Carmichael, Ferry, and LaRocco, that is Team USA for the 2002 Motocross Des Nations coming up at the end of September. Quite honestly, Carmichael's got to be the favorite to win that. In fact, we asked Ricky what was left. He's got the championships, the records. What else can Ricky do?
If I win today and win another title, that's eight titles, major titles. You know, 3 125s and 2 250 Supercrosses, and could be 3 250 outdoors. That's a lot of winning just at the age of 22. And to be honest with you, I don't really know what there is else left to do, but at this point, just to have a lot of fun and try to get financially stable so one day I can have a family and take them on the road and hopefully have some boys and let them race. But, you know, I see myself in the sport for, you know, a long time.
Ricky Carmichael, you know he still enjoys going to the races, camps out all the time now. Be neat to see a few more little Rickies around.
It'd be good. It'd be tough to have a dad like Ricky Carmichael and a grandma like Jeannie Carmichael, though. Actually, I think my son's probably already dealing with that, with me being his dad and the professor being his grandpa.
Back to the battle for second. This is Ricky's 2 Honda teammates. That is Nathan Ramsey and Sebastian Tortelli. Tortelli has recovered nicely from a terrible start, but right there he paused in that corner. Lost a little clip of time to Nathan Ramsey.
You know what, though? That was smart. And if you're watching that and you wonder why you're trying your hardest and you're not getting anywhere, and sometimes you can try a little bit too hard. Tortelli realized that rather than go over this berm, let me just stop and make sure I don't mess up the next straightaway. And actually Ramsey did, and he closed that gap right back up. He almost had an opportunity to make a pass.
You see Carmichael way out front. He's just cruising around. This, of course, would be his 19th Moto win in 19 motos to date. Perfect season, still alive. He pulls over to shake hands with Chuck Miller of the Honda team.
You know what, though, Davey? Every time I watch Ricky, as much as I am amazed, he can be faster. He can be better. He can be more flawless, have more finesse. And there's things, if he wants to, that he can study and be so much more amazing than he already is.
He clinches this race. Does he drop down to ride at 125 at Steel City again?
No way. Stay in there and pitch a perfect game. I mean, plus, there's people saying, oh, he'll probably ride a 4-stroke now. Look at him acknowledging the fans. That's so cool. They'll remember that forever. In fact, I gave my trophy here at Millville one year to a kid standing by the stage, and they still have it.
Carmichael, just a couple more corners to go, and another Moto win is in the books. One more step closer to what would be his 3rd straight 250 championship, his 8th career championship, and that would put him one behind Jeremy McGrath. Now back to the battle for second. Ramsey still trying to hold off Tortelli. It's going to be a Honda sweep either way, but will it be Ramsey in second or Tortelli? Down off the woods, Tortelli trying to line up an inside pass. Ramsey sweeps it in, and he is going to run out of time right here. Coming down the inside, Tortelli. No room to stick that wheel in, and Ramsey will roll across the checkered flag in second, and Tortelli rounds out the top 3. 1, 2, 3 for Honda. Ezra Lusk in 4th on the Kawasaki, and there you see Mike LaRocco. His comeback ends in 5th. So there you see the results from the first Moto. Carmichael, Ramsey, Tortelli, Lusk, and LaRocco. And then Tim Ferry after that crash is 6th. John Dowd 7th. Robbie Raynard, top privateer, actually 2nd privateer, back in 8th. And Evan Lockridge, that rookie, gets some points. Let's go down to Robbie.
Ricky, great ride. You want to talk about demoralizing, man? You put it to him right off the bat. Yeah, it was a good race. My Honda Dunlop tires were hooking up great off the gate, man. I was out of there. I don't know. My reaction time was good. I went straight as an arrow, and that's what it's all about, man. It was really fun out there. Straight as an arrow. Dowd was on the outside in that first turn. He was probably going to give you a little more. Yeah, he every year he starts on the outside and sweeps around, and I sweat more to the outside this year to hold the hole shots, and man, it was awesome. I'm so pumped with the way today went, and can't be any better. If you don't go down, can anybody beat you at this track? Anybody can be beaten on any day. If you don't go down. I feel really good. That's all I'll say. This track is just like my house, and the Honda's working excellent today. You know, Fox and Oakley, everyone who's got me here. Thanks a lot.
Good job. Carmichael's perfect season continues when we return.
Now the time has come. It's summer. Time to buy a Honda. Because right now you can ride off with any new Honda for $29 a month for the first 6 months on the Honda card. That's any Honda, $29 a month, just in time for summer. Or get an APR as low as 2.9% on select models. Imagine any Honda for $29 a month.
Now the time has come.
See why this summer is red hot at your Honda dealer before time runs out.
You've closed in your new home. Everything's perfect.
What?
Okay, not everything.
I got it. Don't worry about it, honey.
You could always add more storage space. Or fix that jammed door jamb.
Honey, you okay? Fine.
After all, new homes have their share of
Who's your hero now?
unexpected surprises. Ace, your helpful hardware place.
Howie, have a seat. Listen.
It's just like a movie theater.
Come to Radio Shack now during the Hollywood in Your Home sale and get an RCA home theater in a box with DVD player for just $299.99. And a 2-room RCA DirecTV system is just $29.99 after a $70 Radio Shack mail-in rebate.
There's just one thing that's missing. A cup holder.
Radio Shack. You've got questions, we've got answers.
How you doing, pal?
Good to see you.
Bill Parcells. Kind of a bummer, huh? You leave New England, Patriots win the Super Bowl,
Ouch, that hurts.
I'll see you guys later.
Yeah, good to see you. Yeah. Right. Good job, boy.
NFL Kickoff Weekend starts with NFL Countdown, Thursday, September 5th at 6:30 on ESPN.
By the time the 1999 AMA 250 National Championship Series reached Millville, Minnesota's Spring Creek Motocross Park, Team Suzuki's Greg Albertine was in an intense three-way battle for the title with the Hondas of Kevin Windham and Mike LaRocco. Albertine, a former three-time world champion from South Africa, was trying to win Roger DeCoster's Suzuki team its first AMA 250 national title since 1981. Albie looked like a champion in the first moto, taking the win from his younger teammate Robbie Raynard and Yamaha-mounted Jimmy Button. In the second moto, Albertine chased Kevin Windham throughout the moto, but could not get around his title rival. However, Albertine's 1-2 moto finishes allowed him to take the overall win, as well as pick up 9 valuable championship points on Windham, which would help him to ultimately claim the title for himself and Team Suzuki. There you see a look at the Millville pits, all the big rigs waiting, getting ready for the second moto. The riders are under the tents. Here's what might be going on in the Honda pits.
Hi, I'm Ron Wood with this week's Honda Tech Tip. Even though it's the middle of summer, today we're going to talk about how to prepare your bike for a mud race. And the most important thing you can have is a good old roll of duct tape. What you want to do with that tape is, underneath your seat, make yourself a nice little channels here that roll that water off the back, because there will be water that comes in, even though you hope it doesn't. The same with the top of the filter. You want to cover it to the very edge, to where if the water does come off it, it goes past the filter, not landing right on top of it. The other thing is you don't want to put a lot of foam or anything in the bottom of the airbox, because if that water does get in there, no matter what, and it will, no matter how hard you seal it, you don't want it to stay in there. You want it to be able to drain out the bottom. It's very important that it does just get away from that filter as soon as possible. I'm Ron Wood with this week's Honda Tech Tip.
Well, we just saw Ricky Carmichael beat 2 of his Honda motocross teammates. We thought it'd be kind of cool to see what the other Honda teammates, the road racing people, think of RC.
Yeah, Ricky, dude, he's definitely a bad man. I mean, what he's done this year is just phenomenal. I mean, I can't believe he keeps winning, and it's really impressive what he's done, that's for sure. And you look at the guys he's beaten, and it's like, I mean, he's beating all these top guys, so, you know, it's just one of those things. I guess you get momentum going on your side and get that confidence, but he's done a really awesome job. It's really impressive.
It's so difficult, and I think people really can't appreciate how difficult it is to maintain that level of excellence week in and week out. And so you got to give Ricky his dues, man. Just a great job.
You know, it just shows the old adage that if you work hard and believe in what you're doing, you know, you can pull it off. I mean, there's not an inch of give in that guy. I mean, there's not one place on the racetrack he goes, I think I'm going to take a break here. He's attacking every corner, and everybody knows it. And the thing, the competition, they look at him and just demoralize. It just gets him down. I was going to go for the big word, but I backed off on that one. So it's just amazing. I mean, it's just something great to see for sure.
Demoralizing. That guy's so funny. They had a 50-year Honda anniversary in New York, and that guy had everyone laughing the whole week.
That's the best Tony Montana or the son of Al Pacino. Now let's take a look at this week's behind-the-scenes Racer X Pit Minutes.
Welcome to Millville.
minds that brought you the Hayabusa and GSXR sport bikes comes the all-new Quad Sport Z400. Is it still showing off if no one's around to see you? Women blame it on hormones, diet, or stress.
Men on their age, their dads.
But while men and women deal with hereditary hair loss differently, something works for both. Rogaine.
In fact, nothing's been proven to regrow hair better.
And the sooner you start, the better your chance of success.
So start early. For men.
For women.
Rogaine works.
The sooner, the better.
Lamarca.
I didn't shoot that cop.
Lieutenant Vincent Lamarca. You don't have enough to make Joey the prime suspect. I know what your kid has just one clear choice. I know what could happen to Joey if the wrong cop got there ahead of me.
You're on their side.
Find the real killer or lose his son.
You know who I am?
Academy Award winner Robert De Niro. Academy Award winner Frances McDormand. And Golden Globe winner James Franco.
Anything happens to him, you'll answer to me.
City by the Sea, rated R. Starts Friday, September 6th.
New this fall on ABC. They might not be the best mannered. They might not be the best dressed.
How about I dress up like a big cartoon goat?
But these two doctors will do whatever it takes.
We can do this!
In order to save a life.
I don't want to die here.
I'm gonna get you out of here.
An exhilarating new drama coming to ABC.
You have snacks?
Unlike any medical show you've seen before.
You are going home, my friend.
William Fichtner and John Hanna are MDs.
It's a medical.
New Wednesdays, 10/9 Central this fall on ABC.
Hey, I'm Darren Rouse from the U.S. ski team. I'm out here in Washougal, Washington, get a few laps out here with a few of my snowboarder buddies, and chasing the likes of motocross stars Ryan Huffman and Jason McCormick.
I got a few good days on this track, and I still haven't really dialed the whoops in, so I'm hoping that that it clicks for me today, and I can get through them with a little more speed than usual.
I've seen on TV a lot. Never made it up here to ride myself.
I've been out here 3 times, just kind of played riding the track. I raced it once and was 4th coming down the hill, and they had to do a restart. I got piled up in the corner, got ran over by about 3 bikes.
Some of those big jumps, like the downhill jumps, more like skiing.
It's a super fun track just to free ride with your buddies. There's good jumps, ups and downhills, just beautiful dirt, just everything about it's so killer.
I was coming into those corners just a little too hot and just, yeah, oh no. The most difficult part is just trying to get started in these whoops. Well, I got the end of them down. It's just trying to figure out how to get started in them. But that was about it for today. Next time you can catch me up on the ski hill.
Back to Millville, Minnesota. Ricky Carmichael, one more win in the books. Can he make it 20 in a row? Get one moto closer to that perfect season. Taking a look at our Suzuki starting lineup. Carmichael, Ferry, Lust, Tortelli, all the principals. Kyle Lewis, not in the top 5 of that last moto. Had some problems early on. Further down, you see Ryan Clark of the Solitaire team. Moto Triple Lexus, Nick Way. Evan Lockridge finished 18th in that first moto. Got himself some national points. Maybe even a top 100 number next year. Now, the card is about to go sideways, and the gate is going to drop. The second moto from Spring Creek Motocross Park is about to get set. And there they go. Steve Lamson on the inside. He gets muscled out right there. And right up the middle, once again, it's a Honda, but this time it's Nathan Ramsey out front. Dowd uses that sweeping line around the outside. Carmichael is about 3rd and 1 is down in the first turn, and just like that, Carmichael already out front.
You cannot take your eyes off this guy for a second or something's going to happen. That's what happened. Our camera guy was checking out to see who was down in the first corner, and bam! Carmichael into the lead. Before Ramsey even knows what hit him, he's already looking at a little bit of a gap.
Once again, Morocco and Sebastian Tortelli, not very good starts. They are mired back there in the pack. You just caught a glimpse of Tortelli, but Carmichael, it's like a replay of the first moto, isn't it?
Exactly. Except for he didn't reach for a tear-off right there.
Probably wasn't in the playbook. I mean, we heard Ricky talk about the start of the first moto. He knew from a year ago that John Dow was going to come up on the outside.
Oh, he studies all of this stuff. And you know what? In case he misses anything, he's got Cliff White over there, Eric Kehoe, who's been a racer, and Jeff Stanton, to remind him of all these things. And most of the time, Ricky already knows, but they got their things running right over there.
Like you said, visualizing the track, visualizing himself out front. There's Ramsey in second, Lusk is third, Ferry comes through your picture, and they are starting to spread out from the rest of the pack themselves. Ramsey, of course, the runner-up in the first moto. Lusk finished fourth, and Tim Ferry finished sixth. You see Ramsey down through the double jumps, trying to keep a hook at Ricky Carmichael. Kyle Lewis was the fifth place rider.
Ferry did a nice little job there to correct that mistake. Went up over the berm, but never let off. Got right back on the power to stay in contact with the saddle. You've got to stay with Lusk and Ramsey right here and keep the pressure on. That's the best time to attack a guy. It's early in the race when you've been sitting around all that time, and if you haven't warmed up properly, man, it's just tough to get into the flow right away in the early laps. It's a good time to make your pass or attack everybody the way Ricky does.
How much does a track like this change? They get one parade lap before they go out, but sometimes if you attack, you pay the price. You hit a bump that wasn't there before.
Yeah, but these guys all know. I mean, it's a little bit harder for the new guys like Evan Lockridge, who's running pretty well right here in this race. He got a good start. Or in the 125 class, Chad Reed and James Stewart haven't raced here before, so they don't know the tendencies of this racetrack, although they have studied it on video. These guys, they should know what's probably going to happen to the track, and after that lap, they should really know what's going on out there and not miss it in their first couple of laps.
See Ferry trying to get a wheel inside of Lusk as they work their way through the whoops. Ramsey out front. There goes Ferry around the outside. He just held it on Moto.
Yeah, he had a good look at that coming out of the corner. He went wide, took his time. It's one of those slow down to go faster deals, and Lusk tried to come out of the corner and protect that position. And
quickly, Ferry gets right up on Nathan Ramsey in one lap. Actually, one section of the track, David, he went from fourth to second. That's that aggressiveness you were talking about.
And that's what he needs. That's what Ricky does to everybody. So Ferry's got that in his back pocket. Now what he needs to do is keep going on that adrenaline and that pump of being able to get around a couple of guys like that and go, okay, I'm in the flow, I'm going fast, I'm pulling away from these guys, let me go catch Ricky.
Just caught a glimpse of Carmichael going down the opposite side of the hill. He's got a nice gap on second, third, and fourth, and they in turn have a nice gap on everyone else. Here's the pass.
Well, Ezra didn't have as nice of a drive coming out of the corner. He drops down into a couple of the wrong bumps. And Ferry just had a little bit more of a plan there, and he just seemed determined to make that pass. And while he was on a roll, hits this jump a little bit faster, throws the foot off the front of the peg. I don't know what that does, but James Stewart does it, so all these guys do it now. And then he cuts him off at the top of the hill. It's not dirty riding, just making sure that Ramsey didn't have a wheel on him on the inside of that next left-hander.
It was one of those things like Ron Lachine used to do. It just looked cool, so you had to do it.
I've had people at schools, you know, just ask me, hey, what does that do? And I go, I don't know.
And here's Evan Lockridge, like we were talking about, two-time national champion from Loretta Lynn's, just 1 week ago making his pro national debut, and he's in good, fast company. That's Michael Rocco up ahead of him.
Looks pretty good. The first time I saw him ride was at Mammoth Mountain, and you know, he got outclassed a little bit by McGrath and Hamlin and his short in the main event up there, but he looked good, 125 and 250 class. So it's a matter of time before he gets some experience and able to run up in the top 10 in this class.
Now Ramsey losing the spot to Ezra Lusk. Ezra Lusk that time went faster on the inside to pass a four-stroke, but it was only a pass for third because Tim Ferry is second now. Carmichael just left your picture. There goes Ferry. Then here comes Lusk and Ramsey in third and fourth. And Lusk riding pretty well this summer, David, but just not getting very good starts. And in this day and age, third's not a good start if Ricky Carmichael's first. When we return, the pursuit of Ricky Carmichael continues from Millville, Minnesota.
This is Silverado Heavy Duty. The most powerful heavy-duty pickup you can get. Silverado Heavy Duty. More truck from Chevy.
Are you in on it? Go to cheaptickets.com for tons of unpublished airfares you won't find anywhere else. Or call now for our lowest prices on airfares, hotels, rental cars, and last-minute trips. If you want to save even more, check out our last-minute trip specials now and save up to 60%. Cheap Tickets, the best-kept secret in travel.
イチロー、皆さん、イチローよ、絶対今年もね、連続で MVP 取りますよ。イチロー is #1. Anybody complain? No complain. イチロー is #1 よ。絶対今年も MVP と。
Two guys, two surfboards, and the endless summer. Real classics, the movies, and the true stories behind the films. Director Bruce Brown.
It was basically a home movie.
The Endless Summer, 9 Eastern Sunday on ESPN Classic.
For a decade, Oceanic has searched the state for the brightest young performers that will shine as Hawaii's next generation of stars. This year, we again invite Hawaii's hottest young singers to gather for a chance to appear in a televised special on OC16 and win fabulous prizes as Oceanic presents Karaoke and Road to Fame. Come and cheer on the contestants of our next audition, Saturday, August 31st from noon to 2 p.m. at Pearl Ridge Uptown.
Before you go back to school, go to America Online.
It's the ultimate school supply.
Our whole family uses AOL.
AOL saves me a lot of time and money.
You can get help with your homework.
I got help on my science project. Encyclopedias and dictionaries.
I can keep in touch with my friends when I go away to school.
You've got mail.
I can even buy my kids' school clothes on AOL. America Online has everything your family needs to start school and throughout the year. So easy to use, no wonder it's #1. Call 1-800-4ONLINE or pick up a free AOL startup disc at these stores.
With Ricky Carmichael. Back to the action at Millville, Minnesota. Ricky Carmichael came into this moto needing a 15th place score better to clinch the 2002 AMA Chevy Trucks U.S. National Motocross Championships. And he's just out there making it easy for all the people in the pits and in the stands. He is winning and he is pulling away. Tim Ferry is second, Ezra Lusk is third. There's Nathan Ramsey, and then back to Sebastian Tortelli, who might have had the best run toward the end of the first moto, coming from way back to finish third.
It's good racing behind Carmichael. You know, if you just took Carmichael out of the picture, we'd have some great battles and a lot of suspense. And we still do anyway. You can focus on that, and you can focus on the fact that Ricky is closing in on that perfect season, and that is just making this series that much more historic.
It's not the equivalent of a 300 bowling game or a perfect game in baseball. It's like a 900 bowling game or a perfect week in baseball.
Yeah, I like what Freddie Spencer said, that to maintain that excellence week in and week out, because you look at some of the guys that have a great race and they come back the next week and do worse than they did, you know, before they had a great race. So it's really tough to be consistent at that level with this many guys sick of you winning.
When's the last time someone went 2-2 in one of these nationals?
Couldn't even tell you. And they're not even riding within themselves anymore because they're so preoccupied with what Ricky's doing.
Sebastian Tortelli in fifth. He is chasing Nathan Ramsey. Of course, that was second and third in our first moto. But now they've got the Yamaha of Tim Ferry and the Kawasaki of Ezra Lusk ahead of him. Check it out, Steve Lamson. Another bad day in what's been just a forgettable season for the former two-time 125 national champion. Now check out Mike LaRocco through the whoops here.
Well, this could be really bad. You see how he's getting all crooked? Pulls in the clutch, gets on the brakes really quick, and saves what could have turned out to be a big pop and then a rodeo ride and over the next loop and possibly a crash. If you watch an amateur race and you see a guy get that out of shape, it's usually a crash. LaRocco, all those years of experience we talked about, was able to turn that into just a little bit of lost time.
Right there, Tortelli was able to go from the outside to the inside in that big S-turn, make a pass on his teammate, and now he's moved up into 4th. He's got Ezra Lusk next in his sights. Tim Ferry, of course, is second. The leader, Ricky Carmichael.
Lusk, I'm very impressed with his progress. I mean, it doesn't seem like progress because he hasn't been able to win anything outside, but he's been very steady.
And who has been able to win?
I know, not very many people. Here's another look at the pass. Tortelli just jamming right down the inside. And Ramsey realized that a little late, but just like LaRocco did, he didn't go over the berm and lose more time. He just knew what was happening, got himself all back together by having his finger on the clutch, the brakes quickly, and just lost a little bit of time there, gave up the position. But going back to Lusk, it just seems like he's finally consistent, sticking to a plan. I don't know what his plan is, but whatever it is, it's working better for him, even though he makes a little mistake right there. This season has been very steady, and a steady outdoor season for Lusk means perhaps a very strong next year's Supercross season.
Of course, Lusk gone into the last couple Supercross seasons injured. If he can get through summer, a whole outdoor season healthy and consistent, hopefully that'll translate to sustained power in Supercross and maybe getting up there and challenging Ricky Carmichael. Now here's where he gets past.
Oh, and this happened to him in the first moto as well with Tim Ferry. He just comes out of the corner, he got sideways, he didn't have the momentum he needed, which changes timing. Then he hears Tortelli coming on his right. He tries to lean back in there just a little bit, but it just was too late.
So Tortelli moves into 3rd place with Carmichael out front. Chad Watts just gave him the signal. A little ways to go to win this 250 National Championship, and that'll narrow it down to just 4 motos to win in order to have a perfect 2002 AMA Chevy Trucks Outdoor Motocross season, something that has never, ever been done before in the history of motocross. Not in GPs, not in Supercross, not in 125 Supercross. It's certainly not in the Outdoor Nationals. And you know what? Some of the pressure's got to be building up on his mechanic, Chad Watts, to keep that bike running perfect. And Chad's with Robbie right now.
Chad, I know you're keeping your fingers crossed. It looks like Ricky's set up to win that championship again.
Well, I'll let you know in about 2.5, 3 more laps. But if it keeps going the way it is, yes. But it's not changed, just no. But
with this one in the bag, everybody's looking for that perfect season. A lot of pressure's been on Ricky. How are you feeling the pressure? A lot of Pepto-Bismol lately?
No, not actually. You know what? People are thinking they're putting the pressure on us. But if it happened, you know, great bit. If it didn't, it's been a stellar season so far.
But you'd like it to be perfect season, though.
Wouldn't you like a perfect life?
Chad Watts always telling you just the way it is. Now back to the bow for 3rd. Lusk trying to rebound from that pass that Tortelli made as they go into the S-turns on top of Millville Mountain. Lusk coming down the inside. That is where Tortelli passed Ramsey, but he's able to shut the door. And right there, it looked like Tortelli was going to fall off the outside of that berm, and he gave up the inside of Lusk.
Now, Ezra just muscled his way right in there and just let his intentions be known. Hey, with all this throttle back here, you better be worried about me. And Tortelli eventually started worrying about what was going on behind him, trying to cover those lines, and Lusk was just too strong for that. And I like that Lusk has always been a strong finisher, but man, I'm just impressed with the way that his season is shaping up. You know, of course he's not near Carmichael, but he's applying pressure and he's riding better outdoors than he ever had.
Right there you saw where Tortelli had those problems in the corner, and Lusk right there to capitalize.
And it was Ezra that forced all of that as well. And he gets right up next to those banners over there. Tries to find a smooth line where he can charge down the hill hard, still get on the brakes and make that inside line. And it's all impressive, but kind of a moot point when you look at this.
Carmichael out front as the sun starts to set on Spring Creek Motocross Park. 2 laps to go for a national championship for Ricky Carmichael.
I see you're checking out our new quad-runner Ozark 250. Yeah, it's Suzuki's latest sport utility ATV. This baby's got it all. More suspension travel than the Yamaha Bear Tracker, more ground clearance than a Honda Recon, bigger engine than Kawasaki Bayou 250. Oh, I can't go wrong with the Ozark 250.
How about a test ride?
Okay.
Introducing the Quad Runner Ozark. The first sport utility 250 ATV from Suzuki. First on 4 wheels.
Hey guys, I'm home. Your kids have graduated from college. It's now your home to organize any way you please. Your daughter's old bedroom, you've converted into your very own craft room. Your son's old bedroom, perhaps you converted a bit too quickly. Ace, your helpful hardware place.
Mom?
Gateway's new desktops are sleeker, more powerful, and extremely affordable. And right now, you can get a Gateway 500 SE with an Intel Pentium 4 processor, a free CD burner, and monitor upgrade for just $699 after a $100 mail-in rebate. Call 1-800-GATEWAY for details.
Rocky Top! Rocky Top, come here!
Here for the game?
ESPN College Game Day, presented by Discover Cards, Saturdays, 10:30 a.m.
Speed World's presentation of AMA Motocross is brought to you by Honda, the company that defines performance in motorcycles, ATVs, and scooters. Honda, performance first. And by Suzuki, maker of innovative motorcycles and all-terrain vehicles. Well, Ricky Carmichael continues to pound out the laps in pursuit of excellence. David, when this season started, he said he wanted to take Honda back to the top. And if he puts this race away, it'll mean that Honda has won the last 20 AMA 250 motocross and supercross races. Unbelievable for the Red Riders.
And there's the guy, number 25, Nathan Ramsey, who won one of those, the Pontiac Supercross.
And he's getting challenged by Mike LaRocco right there. Down the hill they go, and the factory connection rider is going to hold the inside line. A lot of passes there today. But LaRocco passes Ramsey, but is Honda back?
They're definitely back. And you know what? They never really went anywhere. And, I'm going to have people all over my case going, oh, well, you're a Honda guy. I'm not a Honda guy. I'm pretty neutral. Of course, I rode a Honda for a long time, so it seems like I'd be a Honda guy, but I believe in them. I know what they're capable of. The bike never suffered. They just kind of lacked heart and desire in the way that Ricky rides.
And they lacked Jeremy McGrath for a while there.
Yeah, that really hurt them for a while, but, they've come back from that, and now, people can say they feel like they bought a guy as John Dowd goes down right there before the sand whoop. But you get what you pay for, and I mean, it wasn't like they went after Ricky. Ricky was looking for something else as well, so they came together at the right time.
Ricky Carmichael just half a lap away from winning what would be his 6th straight AMA Outdoor National Motocross Championship, 3rd 250 title in a row, 8th altogether. There's just so many records. They're starting to run
Every
together.
time he races, it's another one, He's coming in on Bob Hanna's all-time 250 record. That'll probably be tied next week, if not broken.
That would be 27 250 national wins, and Carmichael's done it in 3 years.
Yeah, you know what? And I like what Brock Glover said at the top of the show as well. It's not that the competition is lacking. I'm looking at who he's racing against and thinking, man, these guys are serious, and they're good, and it's pretty deep. He works harder than they do, and he prepares harder, and he expects more out of himself, and expects more out of Honda, and I know what Honda expects out of their riders. I was one of them.
Carmichael putting the finishing touches on his 20th straight moto win. A little further back, you see Ezra Lusk battling with Sebastian Tortelli. This would effectively be the battle for 2nd overall. If Lusk can hold on and finish ahead of Tortelli, that would give him 2nd overall here in the 250 class. You just saw Tim Ferry flash by your picture. Now here comes Lusk. It looks like he should have no problem holding off Tortelli. So here comes Carmichael. He's on full cruise control. You hear the crowd cheering him on. Much different than back when he started with Honda. He truly is the king of outdoor motocross. Ricky Carmichael, another victory in the bag. Now, Lusk, just another corner to go. to hold off Sebastian Tortelli. This would give him 2nd overall, 3rd in the Moto. Like you said, a fine, consistent ride for Ezra Lusk. Showing that consistency, finishing 2nd overall, holding off Tortelli in a great 2nd race battle. Taking a look at the results, Carmichael, Ferry, Lusk, Tortelli, Mike LaRocco, 2 bad starts. His best he can do is a 5th here in the 2nd Moto. Nathan Ramsey, Robbie Raynard, Sean Hamlin, Stefan Roncada, and John Dowd will round out your top 10 in the 1st Moto. Let's go down to Robbie Floyd with the undefeated, undisputed champion, Ricky Carmichael.
Well, another overall win for Ricky Carmichael here at Millville. This place has been pretty good to you, Ricky. Congratulations.
Thanks a lot, man. It feels so good. The Honda's working exceptional today. The Dunlop tires were good. It's really sandy, so you got to have some good good meat on that rear end. I'll tell you, everything is awesome this season, and you know, with the sweep and everything, I'm really, really excited.
Did anything go wrong for you out there? I mean, you got a pretty good start. Not number 1, but, you know, top 3.
Everything was awesome, and a whole shot would have been good, but I got into 1st place pretty quick. And, man, I'm ecstatic, man. I mean, it's so good, and Timmy rode really good this season, and it's over now, so, you know, we can all relax, or I can at least.
Well, taking a look at the AMA Chevy Trucks point standings, Ricky Carmichael, 500 points. That doesn't even look right. He indeed is perfect. Tim Ferry 2nd, 114 points back, and he is with Robbie down in the winner's circle.
You blitzed into 2nd place. Did you have anything left in the tank? You went by those guys pretty fast.
Yeah, I felt really good energy-wise. It's just Carmichael had a 7-second lead or a little more, and you know, I really just couldn't quite make up that much time. And I just tried to ride strong and stay ahead of the guys behind me, and try to finish out the moto strong. And
what does that do to you mentally when you're that far behind that early?
Main thing, I just try to stay the same. You know, with Carmichael, he's been the fastest all year, and it's kind of hard to make up 7 seconds on a guy like that. So without getting out front, you know, you just want to just keep the same pace as him.
Well, almost easier said than done. The first thing is to get out front with him. Let's talk to our 2nd place rider. That's Ezra Lusk. He's down in the winner's circle with Robbie right now.
Yogi, a great ride out there. You and Sebastian battling out, but it's good to see you on the podium.
Yeah, it's great. I worked hard during this last couple weeks off, and I really wanted to keep my streak going after Washougal. I was pretty disappointed with my finishes, and I wanted to keep this fire going because I'm really, really, really looking forward to Supercrosses next year. And it was a great fight with Sebastian for sure. And I want to congratulate him and his wife. They just had a baby boy this week. That is awesome. And God bless them, Stephanie at home.
Well, pretty soon Sebastian Tortelli will be saying congratulations to Ezra Lusk and his wife Jennifer. They are expecting as well, too. Now, time for the presentation of the number 1 plate. You see all the Honda people down there, Cliff White, Ron Wood, Chad Watts. Here's the AMA's Duke Finch.
Ricky, what can I say? 20 straight motos. This is a record that no one can ever beat. Matching, it's the best they can do. Proud to give you another number 1 plate. You're a champion. We're proud to have you wear the crown good.
Thanks. I'd like to thank all you guys for coming out today. Thanks a lot, Duke. Heck of a job. You guys are really making it more and more professional every year. You guys, hats off to you. You guys are on the road all the time just as much as we are. At home, away, more than we are. And thanks for all you guys' hard work and the efforts to make us good tracks. And to all the fans out here, these guys deserve a hand too. And thank you, and we'll see you guys next year. Thanks.
Well, another number 1 plate for Ricky Carmichael, but you get the feeling he's going to just keep on wearing number 4. For David Bailey and Robbie Floyd, I'm Davey Coombs saying so long, everyone. This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. For more, log on to ESPN.com.